Have you ever paused, right in the midst of a busy life, and wondered, how could something as small as a speck of dust give rise to a human being, a creature capable of love, of creativity, and of questioning its very own existence? Why does life, seemingly simple at first glance, keep unfolding into layers of increasing complexity, as if some silent will is operating behind the scenes? Today's video is a journey, from a tiny sprouting seed to the vastness of human thought, from atoms to awareness. Buddha Balance invites you to slow down, not just to listen, but to feel that you are not a lost wanderer in the cosmos. You are the living expression of the cosmos itself. And if, along this journey, something touches you, even just a brief moment of stillness, then take it as a meaningful encounter. A quiet space where we sit together, not to explain everything, but to hear ourselves more clearly. You can subscribe to join us on this path of awakening. Even a simple like is a gentle gift of encouragement that helps the Buddha Balance team continue sowing seeds of meaning. And if you know someone who's also searching for a deeper connection with themselves, feel free to share this video as a quiet offering. Now then, let's begin. When chaos is guided by a silent will, imagine a seed, tiny, unnamed, no voice, no detailed plan. And yet one day, it stirs, sprouting, rising, becoming a tree. No blueprint, no command. So what guided it to grow in such perfect order? Just like the universe. It began from a simple singularity, then exploded into billions of galaxies, planets, life forms, and consciousness. A process ever unfolding, self-organizing, reaching outward. As if led by an invisible hand. Not controlling, but gently guiding. It seems that behind all complexity, there is always a simple principle. A stream of intelligence. A will, not belonging to any individual, but inherent in life itself. No one tells the bird to sing, or the stream to flow to the sea. They simply do what they are, naturally and completely. Modern science often refers to this as emergence, the arising of order from apparent chaos. But in ancient spiritual traditions, it is called the Tao, the Dharma, the nature of all things. It doesn't command, it whispers. And all it asks is that we listen and follow. Could there be a cosmic will, not ruling or restraining, but ever present in every evolutionary unfolding? Not a commander shouting from above, but a soft breeze weaving through the clouds, lifting the kite, if only it dares to let go. Maybe the purpose we seek doesn't come from outside, but flows like a hidden spring within every speck of life. And maybe we don't need to invent who we are, only to recognize what has always been quietly there, at the very core of our being. Emergence, when the Dharma needs no controller. In systems science and complex physics, emergence is the phenomenon where simple elements give rise to complex structures that far exceed the sum of their parts. A colony of ants has no leader, yet the entire swarm knows how to find food, build nests, and defend itself. A single cell knows nothing of a heart, yet when millions gather, the heart begins to beat. No central controller. No master plan. Order arises from within the system itself. The universe works in the same way. From primitive particles, with no blueprint, no destination, came stars, planets, life, and consciousness. It seems the cosmos doesn't require a divine programmer. It is, in itself, an unfolding principle of self-organization. In Buddhism, this aligns closely with the concept of Dharma. Dharma is the law that governs all phenomena. No one commands water to flow downward. No one orders fire to burn hot. All things follow their nature, what the Buddha called Tathata, the suchness of reality. The Buddha taught. Whether or not a Tathagata appears, the Dharma remains, it is the constant nature of all things. Anguttara Nikaya. This means the Dharma is not created by anyone. It doesn't vanish if no one teaches it. Like gravity, you may not be aware of it, but it still pulls you to the ground. This reveals something profound. Life doesn't need an external will imposed from above. Every phenomenon already carries the seed of order and unfolding within itself. A seed knows when to sprout. A fish knows how to swim without being taught. A newborn knows how to cry, laugh, and love from the very first moment it touches light. So emergence is not just a scientific concept. It's evidence of the deep intelligence woven into the fabric of the cosmos. No master controller is needed, because the universe is life organizing itself. Just like the Dharma, it wasn't invented. It's simply realized. The cosmic will is something trying to evolve through you. When a sprout breaks through the soil, it doesn't know whether it will become a mango tree or a Bodhi tree. Yet somehow, within the earth, or within the seed itself, there seems to be a silent stream of information guiding it toward the light. Likewise, in human life, there are moments when we sense that something greater is trying to express itself through us. It's not quite personal ambition, but rather a natural direction, a quiet inner knowing that we're meant to do something, even if we can't explain why. Carl Jung called this individuation, the process of becoming truly oneself, beyond the masks of social identity. In Buddhism, it's enlightenment, the realization of one's true nature beyond the ego. If the universe is not just a random collection of matter, but a self-knowing process, then perhaps each of us is a channel through which universal consciousness is trying to see itself, learn itself, and evolve through human experience. What we call I is just a doorway through which life enters the world. Zen Master Dogen. In the Diamond Sutra, the Buddha taught, "If anyone says the Tathagata has teachings to give, they slander the Buddha. Because the Dharma is not something given by someone. It is the revealing of truth through all of life. Like light shining through many windows, the images may differ, but the light is one. So if life is trying to evolve, where will it choose to express itself? Not through the strongest, not through the smartest, but perhaps through the one who is willing to listen and walk gently with life. Pay attention to the moments when you are truly silent, not outwardly, but inwardly. You may hear the current whispering. Keep going. No reason needed. For life is budding through you. Not random, but resonant. In life, you've likely experienced moments like these. You think of someone, and they suddenly text you. You overhear a sentence, and it's exactly what you needed to hear. You change a decision at the last minute, and it becomes a turning point in your life. We often call these things coincidence, chance, or even miracle. But are they really just random events in a cold, indifferent universe? Carl Jung called this phenomenon synchronicity, events that occur simultaneously without a clear causal link, yet carry deep meaning for the person experiencing them. Synchronicity is an ever-present reality for those who have eyes to see. Carl Jung. In Buddhism, there's an even older concept, paticca samuppada, dependent origination. All phenomena arise from the interweaving of multiple conditions. Nothing exists independently. But dependent origination is not just linear cause and effect. It's more subtle, like a web of resonance between all things. This is because that is. This is not, because that is not. Sayadaw Nikaya. This means the events in our lives aren't solely the result of personal action. We are also resonating with a greater field, a field of consciousness, the cosmos, the Dharma realm. For example, when your mind is restless, you attract more negativity, not due to magic, but because you're viewing the world through the lens of unrest. When your heart is open, you notice opportunities, meet aligned people, and move with the rhythm of flow. It's not a miracle. It's the deep resonance between mind and world. Or put simply, nothing is random. You just haven't seen the connection yet. When living in mindfulness, life begins to feel like music. Each note, each beat, each breath, strangely intertwined. Not because someone composed it, but because life itself is the symphony unfolding. Purpose doesn't need to be created, only recognized. In the modern world, many of us carry a quiet pressure to find our life purpose, to do something great, meaningful, so our lives don't feel meaningless. But the more we search for it, the more lost we feel. The harder we try to define purpose, the more it slips away. Maybe we're searching in the wrong direction. In Buddhism, there is no concept of life purpose as an external mission. Instead, the Buddha taught awakening, to see clearly the nature of life and to live in harmony with the Dharma. Purpose is not something we must create, but something we uncover once we peel away the layers of illusion. No one can grant you freedom. You only need to release the chains you cannot see. Adapted from the Sayadaw Nikaya. Like a sculpture hidden in a block of stone, the artist doesn't create it. They simply remove what doesn't belong. Likewise, your life's purpose has always been there. Not as a specific task, but as a state of authentic being. When you live in alignment with your true nature, with love, creativity, and awareness, you no longer need a purpose. You are the purpose. In existential psychology, Viktor Frankl, a survivor of Nazi concentration camps, once wrote, "Life is never made unbearable by circumstances, but only by lack of meaning." But he later came to realize, the meaning of life isn't found in grand reasons, but in living fully, even in the smallest acts. A cup of tea sipped with mindfulness. A sincere gaze shared with a stranger. A decision to listen to yourself, instead of chasing the crowd. That, right there, is purpose expressing itself. No map required. No title needed. Only presence. When you live this moment fully, the universe asks nothing more of you. When the universe expresses itself through your life, imagine this. What if consciousness is not confined to the brain, but is an invisible ocean, and you are simply a ripple rising from its surface? That would mean you are not separate from the universe. You are the universe awakening through your form. In Buddhism, there's a beautiful image. A drop of water and the ocean. The drop believes it is separate. But when it falls into the sea, it does not disappear. It returns to the whole. One who sees non-self is one who transcends the world. Majjhima Nikaya. To transcend the world does not mean to escape life, but to realize that every phenomenon is the expression of one flowing stream, unowned, uncontrolled, and untouched by isolation. Carl Sagan once said, "We are a way for the cosmos to know itself." This is not just the voice of an astronomer. It's nearly a modern sutra on non-self and interbeing. If you are a flower, then your blooming is not just because of the seed. It's also the sun, the soil, the rain, the caring hands. No element exists on its own. The universe has participated in every moment of your becoming. And now, you are alive. You are reading these words. You are breathing. No lofty ideals required. No special roles to perform. Just awaken to yourself, and life will express itself through you. Like a flower that needs no effort to release its fragrance. You don't need to become anything else. Just return to what is. That is the way. When you release the need to become, you allow the universe to express itself through you in its purest form. That's not the end. It's the true beginning of conscious living. If you've stayed with Buddha Balance until this very moment, perhaps something inside you is softly resonating. A question without a name. A faint light that's somehow bright enough to illuminate your soul. We are not here to provide answers. We're here to walk beside you. To ask the big questions gently, quietly, and sincerely. Because sometimes, presence itself is the greatest gift we can offer one another. If this journey feels worth sharing, send it to someone you care about. As if to say, I'm learning to listen to myself. And I think you deserve your own stillness, too. Thank you for being here. And if you'd like to continue this path of awakening with us, subscribe to the channel and leave a like as a quiet gesture of encouragement, as if whispering to us, keep going. I'm still here. We'll see you again in the next video from Buddha Balance.